And I know also that a lot of us activists would wish that it would be more vegan. And therefore, we want to help you develop more skills as a speaker and as an educator, because the world needs more Earthling Eds, Joey Carbstrongs, James Aspies, and you in the future, because you're going to develop more skills as you tune in with us more. Hello, everyone. Joining in another collaboration live stream with me, June Fuchs, and Mariquita Solis. Very exciting to be here again with you, Mariquita. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's early in Atlanta, Georgia, 7 o'clock, and the sun hasn't even come out, so it's nice. I like the quietness of the day. Where are you?
I'm in Bali, and I'm at evening time. So this is like one of the only times that we can manage to do live streams together, that it works well for you with your daytime and well for me with not a too late nighttime. So I have 8 p.m. right now as we're streaming, and I'm super excited for today's topic again. We did a live stream previously on a similar topic. Today is all about mastering the art of public speaking. And why are we doing this live stream? Well, because we both believe that it is a very important skill for us vegans to develop further to become more impactful in the world. Now, we know that the world population isn't as vegan as they are supposed to be. And I know also that a lot of us activists would wish that it would be more vegan. And therefore, we want to help you develop more skills as a speaker and as an educator, because the world needs more Earthling Eds, Joey Carbstrongs, James Aspies, and you in the future, because you're going to develop more skills as you tune in with us more. But first, let's do some housewarming here. If you don't know us yet, Mariquita, do you want to introduce yourself for a minute?
Yes, I'm Mariquita, and I am Mariquita. I'm a vegan empowerment coach, transformational coach. I used to coach, I still do coach women in relationships and do other life coaching, but really my focus is on vegans, because it's my passion to help vegans get up and speak for themselves and speak for animals. When you can speak for yourself in peace, you can speak for animals in peace. It's all tied together, right? It all starts with you. So that's my mission, to empower vegans that are sad and struggling and don't know how to, have no idea how to get up. So it's exciting that I met June, because his mission is the same thing. And so, and also, I also work with We Did It.Health. We're both grassroots certified ambassadors. We Did It is also promoting a whole food, plant-based lifestyle and peaceful communication, being the best advocates we can be through kindness, through respectfulness, through listening, enhancing your listening skills and understanding other people. So, and we encourage you to become a grassroots certified ambassador. The program is $47, and you go through it at your own pace, and you will become a certified grassroots ambassador. And it's exciting because there's some special perks to that.
There is some super special purpose to that. And furthermore, what I love about it is because we've both done that certification training, we also connected further. We knew each other before, but through We Did It.Health, we got in tune with a much, much bigger network, much more people that do similar or same work as we do, with the bigger vision to veganize the world as fast as we can, with a lot of confidence, your own uniqueness, your talents, and your charisma. So it's very lovely that we've gotten to connect through We Did It.Health. Check them out if you want to become a part of a really beautiful community, and if you want to embark on a training that will help you elevate your confidence and connect you with people that their energy is through the roof, like ours. It's beautiful.
Exactly.
Sounded like in a TV ad. Like ours. Do you want to have this energy? Well, you can get it now at wedidit.health.
Perfect. I love it.
Right. So today is really cool. As the title of this oh, I didn't introduce myself either yet. I'm like, I'm a celebrity. Everybody knows me. No, so for those of you that don't know me yet, my name is Fuchs. I am based in Bali, grew up in Switzerland though. I'm a certified life coach, and my mission and my vision is same like Mariquitas, to help you vegans out there grow more emotional intelligence, resilience, mental health, and feel more empowered from the inside out. So what I do with my people, with my clients, which are all vegans, is we work on our inner healing process. I take them on journeys to reprogram like the subconscious mind, to stop, following addictions, getting out of unhealthy patterns, and to really generate energy for the bigger vision that we all share. Because I know a lot of vegans out there are busy either blaming or shaming one another, in toxic relationships, not getting out of that shit either, and just being distracted. And what I do and Mariquita do is we help you get out of that stuff, and we coach you to get closer to your greatest version, which is fully embodied, feeling joyful, feeling happy, feeling empowered, and feeling really aligned with your values. Mwah. That's all about me. So today we want to talk a little bit about mastering the art of public speaking. And in last week's live stream that we did together, which was also streamed to different groups, you may have seen it. Let us know in the comment if you have seen last week's live stream that we did. It was also around confidence as a vegan speaker and as a vegan advocate. If you've seen it, let us know in the comments. Let us know in the comments anyway if you're here. Say hi. This can be more of a conversation. So at the end, you can also ask us questions, or throughout this live stream, you can ask us questions and we'll answer them throughout our presence here. Now, what we want to talk about today is a couple of things that can really support you in becoming confident and mastering the art of speech. Now, Mariquita, you said it so nicely in the beginning, being able to speak confidently and also to listen presently is a very important skill that we have to develop as activists, as vegans, in order to succeed more in conversations when we talk to a pre-vegan or a not yet vegan, as we love to refer to them. So when we become capable of really listening and really feeling and seeing them where they're at, we can have a dialogue where we can access their heart. And one of the key ways for me to access people's hearts is, as I said before, really tuning in where they're at and then figuring out what information do they need to make the step and become vegan. So Mariquita, do you want to tell us a little bit more about active listening? How does that look like, and how can we practice that?
Yeah, listening, active listening, and we're talking about a really deep listening here that's coming from the heart. We're not listening with our agendas. We're not listening with, here's what I'm going to say next. We're really listening to their concerns and being empathetic to them. If they say, I can't give up cheese, we don't already have a line planned. I mean, we have some idea how we could help them, but we're going to be empathetic first and kind and try to acknowledge them. Yes, it was, I mean, for me, it was hard to give up cheese, and I don't have to lie about that. That's true. It was hard for me. So being empathetic and knowing your audience is so important. Who are you talking to? And the only way you know your audience is to listen to them first. And if you're going to speak, you've got to learn about who you're speaking to first, because what you say matters different. You have different things that are going to resonate with different types of audience. So it's crucial that we listen first and learn before we just take off on our tangents and soapboxes.
My love, I think we lost you for a minute.
Oh.
Maybe I think you're back.
Okay.
Yeah, you're back. Keep going.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not sure. I just said it's crucial that we know who our audiences are first, right? And we listen. The only way we're going to learn is when we listen without having the list of things we're going to say afterwards. We really connect with our hearts to this person, to the audience, and but sharing stories. People love stories of our own relatedness. Am I losing you? I hope I'm not losing you.
I'm still here, I think. You're cutting out here and there a little bit for me. Let us know in the comments whose Wi-Fi isn't good enough. Louise, Tiffany, I see you're both here. Is Mariquita streaming smooth, or is she not? Am I lagging? Am I having Wi-Fi bugs? Please let us know in the comments. I want to pick up on what you just said. You said it's important that we know our audience. And that's something that I not only hear, or actually I hardly ever hear when we talk to vegans about advocacy. It's something that we often hear in the business world, right? When we grow a business like both of us do, let's say a coaching business or a marketing business or anything where you provide a service to a specific kind of persona. That's where the term often is used. And now it's really interesting to also blend that into vegan activism and how we can use that knowledge. Because when we're on the streets, we're facing 10, 20, 30, people in conversations that come from such different backgrounds. So those could be butchers. Ooh, tough one, right? Those could be farmers. Can be tough if you know where they're at with their mindset and where you have to speak into their beliefs. Then it becomes easier for you and them to find, resonance in what you're talking about. If you're talking to kind of like a hippie style person who's already vegetarian, that's a whole different story. So as you say, knowing your audience defines how you speak to them and what things you say, and furthermore, very important, what questions you ask. Because I believe, and I know you do too, it is much more important what questions we ask them instead of just blabbering and telling them what we know. Because we got to make sure that they're open to receive what we have to say. So what are your experience when you are on the streets and you're engaging in a conversation? Maybe you even have an example for us on like a really good conversation that leads to the point where the other person goes like, oh my God, I maybe have to go vegan, or I have to give this a shot, or they even turn vegan on the spot, ideally.
Well, usually I'm at my church and people are asking me, not on the streets, but they want to know more. And it's all, and so the people that want, that's the right audience. The people that come to me, right, that want to know more. And then they ask me questions, right? They're asking me instead of me, just pushing out stuff on them. I tell them my story from my heart, and then I answer their questions and be supportive of them, and also invite them. I'd like, would you like to hear more, instead of here's all the facts, right? You ask permission. and that's so graceful, and then thank them. Oh, I've enjoyed this conversation, even if they don't say I want to be vegan, even if they say that's not for me. Thank you for talking, because it's so crucial that we end on a good note, that we don't hate them, because they gave us the time, and we're forgetting that. We're forgetting that they spent time with us, right? So it's so important to be courteous and kind, and because just like Earthling Ed says, he wants them to leave with a good impression of veganism. He's not trying to turn people on the spot, and he knows that it's very rare that happens. So once we accept that I might give a speech to 200 people and they might not want to be vegan, and that's okay, because I'm living in alignment with my life. And that's where it starts again with you. Right? How you live in alignment with your life and allow people to receive what they're able to receive.
2 words that I want to repeat: allow and ask for permission. I see a lot of us wasting our time on trying to convince people, and that happens mostly online. When you have those trolls online in the comment section, and then you try to fight, you try to convince a meat eater that is just trolling around, being in his or hers or their belief systems. Trying to convince someone, if they're not giving you permission to have a conversation with you, it's kind of stupid. And it's funny because we all do it. We all did it. We all do it. It's a practice to not follow that kind of intrigue of, okay, I'm going to go into fight. I'm going to nourish my ego and I'm going to go into fight response and, have an argument with that person. The difference between an argument and a conversation is that you're coming from a point where both agree to have a conversation. And when you're debating or when you're in a frustrated and angry vibration, nobody is open to hear each other. And that's not a conversation. And I want to make a link here, right? Because the title of today's live stream is Mastering the Art of Public Speech. And maybe you've been thinking up until so far, we've just been talking about talking to, one person opposite of you. But the situation is this: when you master speaking to one person in front of you and you master to really listen, that is the first big step to level into public speech, where you sit in front of a group and stand in front of a group. Because one thing that I always say, and I'll also be teaching that with you inside of our free upcoming training, which we'll announce at the end of this live stream. One thing that I always say is, when you stand in front of a group of people and you know the questions that they might have in their mind already, it becomes like a dialogue with one person. So let's say you're standing in front of 20 people and 18 out of those 20 people have the question, what's a classic question meat eaters ask animals, Mariquita?
What's a classic question? Well, I can hear it. Let's see. Why did you go vegan? Why did you go vegan?
Or why did you go vegan? There you go. Right? Why did you go vegan? So if 18 people in front of you, or 100 people, or 1,000 people, if let's say 90% of those people have that question in mind, you're simply having a conversation with one persona. So that's why it's essential to have the art of speech in one-on-one, skilled and nailed down and practiced and developed, so you can just bring that to the stage. Then there's a little stress and anxiety we need to overcome and work through, but we'll teach you that in the free upcoming training, how to do that. But then you're there, and then you're at a level where you can speak into a group of people and really inspire big time, online and offline. So, by the way, Louise and Tiffany, thanks for joining in, and thanks for letting us know that we are streaming smoothly. You mentioned a really beautiful thing. You said, why did we go vegan? A lot of people want to know why we went vegan. And we all have these unique experiences, which very often aren't that unique because they're all linked to the same kind of, aha moment. But still, for every one of us, it's a big epiphany, right? And so you said before, when we're talking to somebody in person, Mariquita, and we're having a conversation with them, and we get to a point where they give us permission to share a part of our story, right? Now, when it comes to storytelling, that's kind of different situation, because then you're still in a dialogue, but you're tuning into monologue mode, right? Do you want to share a little bit of thoughts on that? How you can not stay in a monologue and still, be in a conversation whilst you're telling a story? What are your thoughts on that? That's a big question.
Well, explain to me a little bit more what you're asking me.
So when somebody asks you, why did you go vegan, right? Uh-huh. And you start telling them the story, you go on for a couple of minutes, you keep going. Is that how it's supposed to be? Or do you think we have to link it back again into a dialogue? And if so, how do we do that?
Oh, well, definitely. I mean, I would tell them a story from the heart, and then definitely wait to hear. And just giving a pause is so powerful. Hear their comments or just letting it sit, right? I mean, that's one thing that the FBI negotiator that I love, Chris Voss, talks about. Just silence, right? Let them speak. You tell the story from the heart. Oh my gosh, I learned about the factory farms and it broke my heart to think about all the animals that are suffering, and don't say, oh, what do you think about that? Just let it simmer, right? Give them a minute to think. And yeah, that's what I would say. And then allow them to speak. And even if they say, I don't like animals, you respect that. But I mean, I know a lot of people get angry. Why don't they like animals? We are respectful at all times. That's there. It's okay for them to, I mean, it's not what I want, but that's their right for them to not care about animals, right? And then that's the listening. Maybe they care about the planet. That's knowing your audience. Oh, well, maybe you care about the environment, right? And then, so that's why it's so crucial to listen first, get to know the person first, make sure you know your audience.
Yeah, make sure you know them. And so to get to know them, there's an art to that, which is asking questions, obviously, and asking questions that intrigue them to share who they are. Now, very often we're in the position that we're the vegans and they're not. There's a big potentiality to trigger one another, right? Oh, you're the vegan, you're a different breed. You're different kind of human. You're a different breed. And making someone feel safe and understood is the key to allow them to crack open. And with cracking open, also give you permission to enter, to enter the beliefs, to have an insight and have an actual conversation. Because I think we both agree that when we look at conversations that are being held from vegans to non-vegans, probably only 20 to 30% of those are actually conversations. The rest are battles, right? And
Right.
we want to get out of battles. We want to get out of this energy of, I need to prove you wrong, even if they're wrong. I need to prove you wrong in order to make you realize that what I'm doing is right. And I think all vegans subscribe that on a scale of wrong and right, it's probably more right to be more vegan because there's just more reasons to do so than not. But still, how can we make someone feel understood, seen, heard, and be calm in the moment instead of triggered? And I think the key there lies in our own energy presence, how we bring our energy to the table. And this is not how we choose consciously to speak, but this is how we subconsciously enter a space and enter a conversation. And I would love to ask you a little bit more, Mariquita, when it comes to preparing yourself energetically for challenging conversations. What kind of advice would you give to a vegan that is about to step on stage or do their first live stream online like we're doing, or record a video for YouTube? How do you generate an energy that people, like what they see and hear, that they feel open and receptive?
Well, I think right away, I immediately think compassion. First of all, I have compassion for myself and know that, hey, you know what? I'm doing my best and I'm going to, no matter what happens, I'm going to be happy that it's done. I'm going to celebrate that I got up there and did it, that I'm perfectly imperfect. And the people I'm talking to are perfectly imperfect, right? I'm recognizing that we're all doing the best that we can. That also, well, now I just forgot what I was going to say about the getting up on stage. But that I'm the expert, right? People are coming to me to hear me. So if I'm getting up on stage, there's a reason. So I remember that when I first started doing it, that's the advice my friend gave me, right? You know more than they do. You don't have to know everything, but they're here to listen to you. So own it, right? Own it and celebrate yourself. And that's what we're doing when we work with our clients, building the inner work, building themselves, right? We've got to build ourselves up first so that we can be strong. We don't want to be crawling up to the stage, right? And slinking up there with our heads low. No, we've got to have compassion for ourselves. Maybe we feel scared, and that's okay. Hey, I know you're scared, but I also know you're courageous, right? You can feel scared, but you can also be courageous at the same time. And it's okay, knowing that we're humans and doing the best that we can and celebrating each step forward.
Hey man, take us. You just took us to church, honey. Yeah, self acceptance and self love comes up there, and you say so nicely, having compassion for oneself. And I remember I was talking to an ex client recently, and then after I had a conversation with her, I looked at the testimonial she gave after she finished one of my programs. And it was so interesting because she said it in those exact words. She said, the self-love thing, everybody kind of like, scratches on the topic and talks about it and makes it seem like it's quite common. But through your program, I realized it's not. It's hard, deep, inner work. And what most vegans don't know yet, and that's why we're here to educate them on it, is that you doing your inner work, you refining your energy, helps you manage your emotions and feelings better, which translates to the energy you bring to the table in a room, in a conversation, on stage, in a live stream, etc. So the inner work is something that's inevitable if you want to truly become more impactful and see the people around you go vegan. It's inevitable. You can't not do it, right? And if you don't do it, there's this prime time example. There are many, but the most recent one I've heard of is James Aspey. He manifested chronic pains because of a lot of unprocessed emotions, such as stored anger and frustration, which, when you know his work, you can tell that he had a lot of drive, a lot of fire, and it was paired with anger and frustration. So he started manifesting chronic pains, and what happened was he burned out and he wasn't able to show up as an activist for, I think it was around 7 or 8 months. Similar thing happened to me personally, so I can relate to that experience. And what happens when an activist burns out? They don't inspire people. They don't inspire people to go vegan. And this is far from what we actually want as vegans in this world. We want to inspire people, right? So the inner work is like 3 steps before. And a lot of people don't think, oh, what do I need before? A lot of people are like, oh, they're great speakers. They have the confidence. They're good with their language and stuff. Yeah, but before that, you refine, you tune in, you refine your inner world. And then we have emotions like anxiety. And you say it so nicely. You have a conversation with those and you have compassion for those. So one thing that I would also be curious around is, like, what are some of your favorite tools, just to give that to the people listening, some of your favorite tools that you teach on and you practice yourself that help you refine your own energy and create a presence that makes you the human you are, that we're seeing here, this lovely, beautiful Mariquita? What are some tools that you're using?
Well, I think connecting with nature, going out and walking and tree hugging, and really giving thanks for every minute of the day, looking around and seeing how we are all connected. I just thought last night, I was watching the documentary on Netflix about elephants and these 2 baby elephants. And I thought that, these people are living out there helping these little elephants. They're so connected to the world. And I thought, our connection to the planet, brings health. And so now I feel like I'm off on the wrong thing, but this is so true. The more connected I am with the living beings, the stronger I feel, the better I can speak to others because I'm grounded. I'm being supported by the universe because I'm acknowledging all of her gifts. And I know that she loves me. She's given me all these gifts, and I can take these gifts. And it's not about me. I take my gifts and I give them back. And one of the gifts is loving myself, seeing what she created, right? When I was created by this universe, this strong presence of loving force, that I have everything I need. And again, it just keeps going back to the inner work, but I sit in tune with that. I also, one tip, which is different, is just doing that power pose, right? This brings testosterone. It gives you a shot of testosterone. So standing tall, hey, and listening to drumming, right? That also is like a very powerful thing to do before you go out on the speech. Really, before you go out there, also quiet and mindfulness. I'm doing the best I can, and I celebrate. I love myself. All these are things that I put into before I go out and speak to people, and I let go of outcomes. Whatever happens, it's okay. And I don't have any, you don't have to act this way. There's no script here. It's going to be what it is, and I'm good with it. I allow it to be what it is.
I think for a lot of people listening to this that, and for me thinking back to a version of me back then, if I would have listened to this as a younger me, it sounds so far away. It really sounds so far away, right? And it sounds like, oh my God, how can I, get there? How can I freaking grow the confidence? And how can I have so much compassion? And how can I not be a perfectionist anymore? And how can I let go of outcomes? I think the answer lies in practice and leaning into it, allowing yourself to invest your time and attention into practicing that. And this leads me to the free training that you and I will be hosting on the February 18th, which is available as a live stream. So you can join us live. Already 71 people have signed up this moment in time. So we have around 71 new Earthling Eds, Joey Carbstrongs, Mariquita Solis and June Fuchs upcoming. There is more space though, so you can still sign up. We'll leave you with the link to it in the comments. Can you do that for us, my love, as I'm speaking?
Let me see if I can get it.
That would be lovely. Thank you so much. So that's what's coming up. And in there, we're really going to give you some practical tips and guidance on how you can get started. Or if you already have gotten started as a speaker, as an educator, or as simply an outreacher on the streets, how we can, amplify our impact through the art of speech, through refining your presence, through preparing yourself properly for going out there, being in the field and managing certain challenging situations that bring up emotions. And then also what's happening after that. So that free training will set you up with a holistic view on how to elevate your impact through the art of speech, public speech, one-on-one speech, online or offline. And you're all welcome to join us for free. Now, did you manage to get that link?
I'm getting it now, and it should be in the description. I think isn't it? I think it is also. So there,
and it just popped up everywhere. I see it now. That's amazing. So if you haven't signed up yet, make sure to secure your spot. The spots for joining live are limited because we'll be hosting it in a Zoom room, and the Zoom room has a limited amount of spots that you can join. If you can't join it live, sign up anyway, because you'll get the recording afterwards for a lifetime, and you can always come back to that training. And believe me, every time you'll rewatch it, if you do that kind of stuff, you'll kind of pick up on something new. Now, that's one very exciting thing coming up that Mariquita and I have co-created and are very happy to invite you into it. Is there anything you want to add regarding the training?
Be gentle with yourself, right? Love yourself as you are. And if you're here watching, I mean, that's a great step. Celebrate that. Every tiny step is amazing. Celebrate you. And I'm thankful for you all. And thank you I see that Tiffany's here, and she's always devoted. And Louise, she went with me to Victoria Moran's Main Street Vegan Academy, which I recommend everybody. Another great place to be, to learn. So yes, celebrate you. I'm thankful for you. And I think June is frozen. Let's see here. There he is. Are you coming back? There, I think you're coming back, June. No?
Let us know in the comments. I think this is smooth again. Can you hear me? Can I hear you? Okay. Yeah, I see your camera smooth again. So what were you saying? I didn't pick up on all of it. Did everybody pick up on all of it? The comments if you did.
I was saying celebrate.
Love yourself. Be compassionate with yourself. Celebrate. Yeah, right now, let's close our eyes just for a minute. Close our eyes. Back to normal now. Close our eyes. Put one hand on your heart, the center of love. We're having Valentine's Day coming up. Speaking of love. So close your eyes. Take an inhale through your nose in, through your mouth out. One more. Inhale through your nose. Just a moment to calm the mind. Out through your mouth. And now in your mind or even out loud, repeat for showing up to this live stream. I thank myself for wanting to become a better speaker. I celebrate myself for refining my skills and helping more animals that way. I celebrate myself. That's right, honey. You celebrate yourself over there. Perfect. Wow. So we can't wait to have you on that free training. Will be really powerful. One more thing that I want to give both of us the opportunity is we talked a little bit about the work that we do with our clients, right? And in that training, you will get a glimpse of that. We'll zoom in very specifically on, as it's called, Vegan Speaker and Educator Training. So we'll zoom in on that. But if you have grown curiosity on doing the inner work, refining your relationship with yourself, growing more self-love and self-compassion, both Mariquita and I have lovely offers for you. And I would love to give you the opportunity, Mariquita, to share with us what opportunities that people have to work with you.
Well, it's great that we have different time zones. So if someone can't work with me, then they can work with June. So yeah, I have one-on-one coaching programs, and these are really getting into the heart, like June was talking about, being very courageous and diving deep, right? So I also have group coaching programs. I have one starting at the beginning of March, and that is 3 months to effective, confident, peaceful advocacy. And we'll be having
Your cat is blocking the mic.
Oh my God.
Such a sweetheart.
Yes. So we're going to have, oh my goodness sakes, if we that's my friend's cat I'm watching. So if at the end of 3 months, you're going to have a tangible goal. Like maybe it's like, I'm going to set up, I'm going to start a campaign, right? And at the end of 3 months, we're going to hold you accountable and support you. You're going to be in a space of loving support. Everyone's going to have a goal, a specific goal, and we work towards that. So that's starting in March. If you want to know more, please DM me. I'm accepting applications. I mean, we got a lot of good stuff going on here between me and June. We're out there to really, amp this world, right? To really create change, to uplift. So thanks very much for watching. I'm very honored that you all are all here, and honored to be partnering with June.
Yeah, this is like our first big collaboration, this upcoming training and these live streams. And yeah, I'm also honored. This feels really good. So thank you so much. And thank you so much for sharing your offers. On my side, it looks similar. I have more group coaching containers and less one-on-ones. So the next upcoming one is a 12-week program. We start in March. It's called the Beyond You program. And it's an accumulation of all the group coachings I've hosted so far. So a part of it is emotional and mental well-being. A part of it is conscious relationship design and communication. And the biggest part of it is personal development and inner alignment. So I'll teach you the tools to really generate an energy that is loving, compassionate, caring, and truly, truly vibrates joy from a place where you feel it and you don't fake it. And that foundation we'll use in the second part of the 12 weeks to go into deeper inner healing work, where we're going to work on your subconscious mind. We're going to help you release addictions. I'll help you with a very specific formula you'll learn, and you can apply that. So that's one thing that's coming up. If you're interested in that kind of work, send me a DM. And if you want to discover more of what I have to offer, I'm hosting a podcast. There's a lot of beautiful interviews on there. I have online courses available around mental health, conscious relationships, and the free training that's coming up together with you, Mariquita. So shoot either of us a DM if you're curious, if you want to learn more about our offers. We both have them beautifully placed on websites, and we're not shy to hop on a call with you for free and tell you all about it. That's always super exciting. We call these the free clarity calls or free connection calls most of the time. So just shoot us a DM if you want to connect and if you want to know more about how it would look like and feel like to work with us. So that's all from me today. I'm so stoked that everybody that tuned in. Tiffany, thank you. Louise, thank you. Everybody watching the recording of this, let us know in the comments. Comment hashtag recording or hashtag replay so we know that you've been watching the recording and interact with us like that. Bless you all. Thank you for tuning in.
Yes, thank you all. Love you all. Namaste, vegan.
Namaste, vegan.